Barack Obama's back in the news. He issued a kind of public letter to the, quote, hardworking librarians of America. And in it, he tries to come out as a major champion of free speech. He talks about the fact that there are a lot of states that are trying to ban books. Now, he doesn't specify that they're trying to restrict sexually explicit books with a lot of gay and trans propaganda to being exposed to very young children. He doesn't say that. In fact, he gives a completely false picture of the kind of books that are being banned. Quote, writers like Mark Twain and Toni Morrison, Walt Whitman and James Baldwin taught me something essential about our country's character. Now, wait a minute. Who's trying to ban Toni Morrison or Mark Twain? This is absurd. There, by the way, have been some efforts to ban Mark Twain, and guess what? They've come from the left. They're because Mark Twain uses the N-word in Huckleberry Finn, so it's like, we can't allow this book to be taught. But Obama's giving a completely mythical picture here of what's going on. And then he goes, today, some of the books that shaped my life and the life of so many others are being challenged by people who disagree with certain ideas or perspectives. Now, first of all, it's not about disagreement. We're talking here about books like Gender Queer. These are books with highly explicit drawings and pictures. I mean, you've got the most explicit sexual depictions in these books, and they're being taught and they're available in libraries for very young children. This really is the issue, and this is the issue that Obama tries to camouflage. Now, Obama is obsessed with this gay issue. And even if you go back to his presidency, the whole gays in the military, that was under Obama. So it seemed odd because Obama came in as a sort of civil rights guy, first black president, and yet how many times did he visit inner cities? Almost none. What concern did he show with the inner city cultural breakdown, broken families, poverty? Virtually none. But he's been really obsessed with this gay issue. And I think think about what he's saying when he goes, these are the books that shaped my life. I mean, are books about playing with people's genitals or putting household objects up your rear end? This is really what shaped Obama's life? Well, the weird answer to that question is probably yes. And I say this, I don't know if you've seen the movie Trump Card, but in that film, I interview a former gay prostitute named Gary Sinclair. And I won't go into the details of the interview. He talks about these sexual rendezvous that he had with Obama on two separate occasions involving not only gay sex, but drugs. And you have to assess the credibility of this for yourself. Obviously, we're talking about a guy who was on the edges of society. But on the other hand, Larry Sinclair has paid a high price for questioning Obama. In fact, he had a press conference at the National Press Club when Obama was running. The media, of course, completely buried the story. And if you haven't heard much about it or anything about it, I'm not entirely surprised. So this is Obama. He is the great deceiver, not only about his personal life. There are a lot of aspects of his personal life that remain secret. Where's his college thesis? What are his college grades? A lot of aspects. Where are the people who knew Obama when he supposedly went to Columbia? Oh, I went to Columbia University. Did you not meet anybody there? Virtually no one has come forward who was in Obama's class or even attended Columbia at the time who even remembers Obama. He was sort of like a ghost at the university. And think of how odd that is for somebody like Obama. So this is a man who is shrouded with secrets, and he's also a deceiver in his public statements because he presents things and he does it with such kind of passion. Here he's talking to the librarians. In a very sense, you're on the front lines, fighting every day to make the widest possible range of viewpoints, opinions, and ideas available to everyone. Once again, that's not what this debate is about. Frankly, a lot of it doesn't even involve librarians. It involves books that are assigned in the classroom or taught in the classroom. And obviously, when you have books that are taught in class, some principle of selection has to go into what books are included and what books are excluded. So this is not a matter of just censorship, pure and simple. It's a matter of choosing the books that are appropriate to the particular ages of the children. It's also about choosing the books that do have real educational value. So Obama disguises the true nature of the problem, falsely casts this as a simple debate about free speech, when ironically we're living at a time when all the efforts, the predominant efforts at censorship, digital censorship, I'll be talking more about that on today's podcast with my guest, Andrew Bailey, all of this is coming from the left, i.e. coming from Obama's own side, and with his at least tacit, if not explicit, approval. Bank failures, record inflation, spy balloons, mass layoffs. It's a recipe for disaster if your investments are with a typical financial advisor. But my friend Rebecca Walser is different. You've seen her on the podcast. She has a very canny grasp of the global economy, also of the U.S. economy. She's a wealth strategist, a tax attorney. She has a global MBA from the London School of Economics. Rebecca told her clients to get out of equities back at the end of 2021. She got it right when most advisors got it wrong. And who had to pay the price? Well, we did as consumers. Well, don't let blind loyalty leave you losing money. Call Rebecca Walser's office today to protect your wealth from the market uncertainty. Debbie and I did a call with Rebecca's team to talk about our investments. We're moving forward, and you should too. Go to friendofdinesh.com to book a call with Rebecca's team. That's friendofdinesh.com to protect your investments and your future.